Dilip Bhat is with us now. Dilip, hi, good afternoon. Good to have you on the show. By the way, before we take our first question with Dilip, let's just pull out the intraday chart of NIIT Tech. We were talking about this stock in the morning as well as one of the stocks to watch out for in top 10. And it's a fresh high for that stock. Look at that move now on NIIT Tech, 7% higher and approaching $1,000 on that. So phenomenal move, of course, happening right now. Dilip, good afternoon. So Midcap IT is the buzzword right now. A lot of stock surging. Anything that you're buying in this space?
Good afternoon, Anuj. I think yes. I think even earlier also I had been mentioning that the mid-cap IT space looks a lot more stable. It looks promising in terms of the visibility, and valuations are also on its side. So I think in the mid-cap space, maybe something like a Mindtree, maybe an Emphasis, or if you were to consider slightly away from maybe Persistent System also. So I think some of these mid-cap companies in the IT space is something which we like and which we also have been recommending to our clients.
Okay, that's a thumbs up to mid-cap IT. Tech Mahindra continues to make fresh highs as far as the index IT stocks are concerned, by the way. Dilip, your thoughts also on some of the NBFCs. It's been a good day for the likes of Bajaj Finance, Indiabulls Housing Finance once again. What would be your pecking order if you were advising a fresh purchase?
So I think in this particular space of NBFC, Surabhi, I think what we really like is Bajaj Finance, or even Bajaj Finserv, which is more a play on insurance. I think they are all going to remain evergreen and always going to be in the radar. I think apart from that, we like Mahindra Finance too. And another stock which I would think about slightly from the financial perspective and from the financial angle, and that would be something like Piramal Enterprise. I think that's a stock which is really going great guns. Of course, it's an aggregate of a lot of other businesses too, but primarily I think it's going to be the finance business which is going to dominate its valuation.
Okay, JP Associates, by the way, is up 16% right now. As we've been discussing for some time now, for the last 2 days, on JP Associates, lots of things going for it. If this resolution on JP Infratech happens, of course, that's going to be a big one because that's a bit of an irritant for JP Associates for now, but 17% higher on that. Any merit in buying this one, Dilip, JP?
No, not really, because I'm not recommending, but I really don't have a view. I think it's more to do with how, what kind of action that takes place on the corporate side for the company. And I think that is what is primarily dictating the fortunes of the company. But I would stay away from this, not because I don't like it or I like it. I just don't have any specific view on this.
By the way, Dilip, okay, the one stock that's not worked and it's been consistently underperforming is Reliance, keeping a lid on the market as well. What do you think is happening? Is this just some time correction? What's your call on RIL at these levels?
I would more take it as a time-wise correction and maybe the sideways consolidation that is taking place in Reliance. Overall, I don't think the fundamentals have really gone has come down or the prospects have come down. I think it still remains a good stock to own, especially when you're talking about some of the frontline with a good market cap. And if you have to build your core portfolio, I think this is a stock which can still give a reasonably very good return, something like around 20-22% over next 12 to 14 months. And I think it's a stock which will perform both in terms of, say, the telecommunication part of it, and of course the core petrochemical business also. I think both will contribute very well in the times to come. So I think it's a stock to own.
Okay.
Any interest in these stocks, Dilip? I mean, there are people who completely dismiss them, and there are those who've managed to participate and have made a tremendous amount of money last year.
Sure. So, the major portion of the money is already made out there, and the major portion of the rise possibly has been. But same thing, this industry continues to be in a sweet spot, like few of the chemical companies which are there. But this particular sector, this particular commodity is in a very sweet spot where the international prices continues to rule very firm. And I think it goes without saying that it's more of a momentum and a cyclical play. So I would be a lot more cautious in trying to play some of these unless and until you are very agile and you know how smartly to get in and get out. I think otherwise it's better to stay away from some of these stocks.
Dilip, your thoughts on how to approach ICICI Bank now? It has now got all its subsidiaries listed or is in process of. ICICI Pru is there, Lombard is there now, ICICI Securities is also getting listed. For the bank itself, do you reckon that there could be a bit of a derating now?
Sure, I think now that the SOP is much more certain, as most of the entities have got listed or in the process of getting listed, so the SOP is no more in the domain of some assumed calculation. I think the market cap is there for everybody to see, and more important, I think the core banking business itself, there has been a good amount of derating which has happened in the core ICICI Bank itself if you were to leave out the SOP of the other businesses. So I think that is where the value also exists, and possibly in times to come we will see that particular core ICICI Bank valuation itself going up, and that itself will make it a very attractive proposition.
Okay, just about 3.5 minutes to go before the day closes out. So Dilip, final question to you then. For the market as a whole, we seem to be obviously lodged in this 300-400 point band on the Nifty. Do you see a break on either side anytime soon?
My own sense is that the worst possibly is behind us, and possibly there could be some kind of sideways movement for some time. But I think possibly very shortly, maybe in a month or so, possibly I think we'll see a good break. We should see resumption of its upward move, and I think it will be dominated by those frontline, but it will also be backed up very well by some of the mid caps. So I think all in all, we think that the markets can resume its upward movement, and the momentum will see traction at the gradually. So overall, I think I remain positive on the market, with my personal opinion being that the worst is behind us.
Okay, Dilip, thanks a lot for your time today. Always good talking to you.